So, what's up, YouTube? I know I haven't made any videos lately, but since my last video, things have definitely changed. Listen, moved back to Florida, okay? And, I was in a spot trying to figure out what I was going to do and what's my next, move in my life. Of course, I'm still going to pursue acting and all of those writing and all of that creative stuff, but of course, all of that takes money, and to get where you want to be, it's going to take money, and to live life, it's going to take money. So guess what? I got to figure out how to make money. So I decided to get my CDL. First off, let me tell you, anybody who's thinking about getting your CDL, it's more so for you, but this is like an overall set way of thinking. When you want to do something, don't worry about nobody else. Like I originally, when I was going to get my CDL, I was waiting on somebody else to go with me so that we can partner up. So it took me weeks, if not months, to actually commit because I was worried about my brother going with me. I'm like, when you ready, let me know when you're ready. I gotta save up. Let me get ready. I'm gonna go. We're gonna go. So we went down, talked to the people together. We ended up signing up for the company and whatnot. Y'all, I'm sorry, excuse me, I got like a little cold. So we ended up signing up for the company or whatever, signed up and signed up for the school. So all we had to do is basically go to the school. I went to Tampa truck driving. Um, all we had to do is go to class, tell them when we want to come, so we can reserve our seat. So he kept prolonging until I told him, hey, if you're not going to go, just let me know you're not going to go because I don't have time to waste. I need to continue to do what I have to do with or without you. So don't hold me up. You know, if you're not able to commit, let me know. Like, just be honest with me. So, long story short, I went by myself, temp truck driving school. It was one of the best decisions I made so far. I haven't started driving trucks just yet, but it was one of the best decisions I made. Went into truck driving, 3 weeks. The best thing to do if you want to get your CDL is to take your get your basically your permit before you go to school, because school, let me just say, for me, Tampa truck driving, it was just like book, and it's reading all this stuff that you're not going to comprehend because you kind of don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what the book talking about. You can't relate to it, so it's not easy to comprehend. At least that's for me. Um, I like to prepare myself, so I took all three of my tests to get my at the DMV prior to coming to school to get my permit. So the permit, each test was like 650, 625, something like that at the DMV. I took mine separately. I believe if you take them together, it's just 625 together. I think it's 625 together. But if you're taking them separately, it's going to be 625 each. But I took mine separately because I was studying on the app. It's called CDL Prep. If you ever need to study for the DMV test, CDL Prep, download it on your phone right now. It's blue with a steering wheel on it. Download that. That's a lifesaver. It is a lifesaver. You hear me? Exactly how it is on there is exactly how it's going to be in the DMV. You might not get all the questions, but continue to study until your score get high, until you get like 90s and 100s or whatever, until you feel comfortable. Continue to study. Just go through and answer, and you'll start memorizing. Well, you don't even need to look at the question. You just need to look at the answer, and you'll be boom, 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 boom. Okay, so I paid $625 for each one. I took I studied, and when I felt comfortable, I leave to go to DMV. I make an appointment at DMV and go take the test. It's 3 tests: comprehensions, general knowledge, and air brakes. I passed all 3 on my first try. Okay. You also have to have your physical to actually get your permit, but you don't have to have a physical to take the test and to pass the test. It'll just be in the system. Then you go get your physical if you haven't already, just to show them the paperwork. In the paperwork, they put in the system, and then they will give you a copy of your permit. Excuse me. All right, I got a little cold. I'm sorry. So, boom. I did that, went to school. Tampa truck driving. It's a good school, but you gotta be ready to put in the work. Nothing's gonna be handed to you. And I was ready. So the first week is basically geared toward helping those don't have who don't have their permit already. So what it is basically just book work, book work, book work, book work, trying to make you memorize what you need to do and know for the test. So the first week you're basically studying, cramming all this stuff, writing stuff, and doing like just tedious work. After that, during the end of the week, I think it was like Thursday or Friday, if I'm not mistaken, they go to the DMV, or they let people drive to DMV to basically take your test at the DMV. So at the DMV, you get there, you take your test. I didn't go. I stayed because I already had mine, which was a pro. So the first week out the way. The next week, I think you're off that Friday, that Saturday and Sunday. You're off. I think it's no school. So then you go back. When you go back to school, that week is going to be focused on your backing. So you start to get in the truck. The instructors teach you how to run the truck, make it go forward, backwards, and all of those things. So you begin to do that. Then throughout the week, you continue to learn how to shift it. So you might learn how to double clutch and change gears and stuff. So once you do that, you're backing. You're doing straight line backing, going straight back. You do offset, which is this is the lane. It's 2 lanes. You're coming out of one lane and you going to the next lane, and then that's all you're doing. You have to pass that. They do like a little test during the end of that week, and also you have to make sure you pass your pre-trip. Pre-trip to me was very foreign, but study, study, study. The more you look at the pre-trip, the more you begin to familiarize yourself, continue studying, drill it, drill it, drill it. When you leave, I think the hours were 6 to 6, but when you leave, you continue to review, watch YouTube videos, continuously look at, and it will start to make sense, I promise you. I knew nothing about parts of a car, nothing about parts of a truck, but if you continue to study it, you will get it, no problem. I got lucky on my little test to pass that section. You have to pass the first phase, and then you go to the second phase, and then you go to the third phase. So on the second phase, you have to pass your pre-trip, and you have to pass your backing to go to the third phase, which is the road, actually driving on the road, practice driving on the road. So I'm sorry if y'all can't hear me. I'm really congested, but so if you pass those, I'm back to the story. So I got lucky taking that test because I had Andrew. I don't know if he's going to be there or if he's still there, but I was able to pass it because I got part A, which is just like the engine in the side of the truck, and then coupling. So that was easy to me because I knew most of it. That was the part I really knew. So you do that. Then you gotta come to school. I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You basically, your week don't end. You keep coming. So I came in, and that week we were working on what were we working on that week? I know we did the road. I think that was just the road and alley docking. So alley docking is bringing your truck at a 90-degree and backing it up. I'm gonna just say it's so much easier to just listen to what they tell you and how to do it. Listen to the steps not on what you think. Listen to the steps on when they tell you to turn the wheel here, turn the wheel there. When you get to this point, you see this cone out your mirror, then you turn it some more. Like, listen to the steps, because that's why I struggled at for a while. But you'll be able to practice on the alley dot, and then you'll go on the road with an instructor, other people in there, and then you guys drive different places around the city. You do countryside, you do highways, you ride a little bit everywhere to get a little experience in the trucks. After that, they schedule for your test. You take your test. You take a test on your pre-trip. You take one on your end cab. You take one. Well, your pre-trip. Your pre-trip, and it's part of your end cab, so it all goes together. That's one test. But you have to know the TTDS and the CDL, which you will learn when you go to school. If not, just look all this stuff up on YouTube. YouTube will help you familiarize yourself. Even if you want to familiarize yourself before you go to school, that would be the best thing to do. So from there, went in. I passed the first test, which was pre-trip. I went to the second part. I didn't pass that part, only because when I did my alley dot, the 90-degree angle, I backed up and the cone was in behind the. Okay, when you're in the box, you have to back your trailer up to be inside of a 3-foot box. Like, the back of your trailer have to be touching in the middle of this box. So I had already used my 2 get out and looks, and I couldn't get out a third time, or my test would have been over. So I had to guesstimate. The sun wasn't my best friend that day, so I couldn't see a shadow. So I had to guesstimate. Honked the horn. I wasn't that far enough by like this much, but of course they couldn't pass me. So I came back again that day. I don't know what was going on. I didn't pass. Again, no, I lied. I passed that next time. Okay. When I passed, I went to do my road test. I had never drove a stick before I got in these trucks. So my trainer was saying, shift, shift, shift when I was in a truck. But, of course, it wasn't clicking to me yet. So what I did was made it to the road, and I failed the road test. Okay, I failed it. But I continued to go after my dream. So I was fortunate enough to have my dad he has trucks. I think he has 2 trucks. He drives trucks. At the time, I wasn't actually talking to my dad. We weren't on good terms, but I decided to just take a shot and just take a leap of faith and just contact him and get out there and practice. He allowed me to practice on his truck. I just continued to practice. I practiced for like 3 weekends, and then I went to take the test again. Failed it. I had to pay out of pocket this time. Failed it. So I waited a couple more weeks. Took it again. Did I take it a second time? No, wait. I went to take it again. The dude wouldn't let me because I was late. So then I was like, okay. I waited some more. And took it again. This time I passed it. Okay. So I was like, before I get my license, I want my endorsements. So I went to my hazmat and my tankers when they got all that out the way that time, so that I won't have to worry about that. CDL prep helped me with my endorsements also. I passed my hazmat first time. I believe it was hazmat I passed first time. Tankers, I had to take the test twice that day, but I passed it that day. So they met with my new license, and from then I was ready to come with a company. Now, Tampa truck driving, I just want to say, when they try to get you with a company,